always good to hear from Helen Austin, interior designer. She's here helping us spruce up countertops in the kitchen. Most of all, maybe, Helen, without breaking the bank.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so welcome in. We have to talk about the kitchen before we kind of dive in.
Yeah.
It's where a lot of life happens.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So it's important
it's
to
tricky.
keep
A lot
it.
of activity, not just like presents, but we're like using it, hopefully, right?
No, I feel like yes, that's where I drop everything. That's where my calendar is, things like that. So
it's tricky.
Yeah, and just really important to stay organized and not cluttered.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. All right,
so
well, you have ways to do that today.
Yeah, and my first tip actually will cost you nothing. Other than maybe some time, because really less is more. So I'm going to make some suggestions of what can go on a countertop, but really less is more. Like as clear as possible is really the magic. And I know people struggle a lot with this because there are certain things that do need to be out there. You feel like or they need to be visually, seen so you remember to use it or do something with it. So it's tricky. So my first tip. Remove as much as possible.
Okay.
And sometimes it's really hard because we have lots of strange large appliances now, especially air fryers, which I didn't bring that in because they're gigantic.
They're so big.
Right?
Mine's huge.
So I was like, oh, we're gonna go small here for my example today. But so if you have a pantry that has a closet or a walk-in, sometimes the floor space gets tricky on how you use that. So one of my tips to get these off the countertop is to get these plant rollers.
Okay, this is darling, and it's even cool to look at.
And you put it on those little floor space in your pantry, and it makes for easy access. So if you have a closet pantry, they can kind of nudge back, but then getting it in and out isn't this like dig thing, and they're awkward and large. So I love these. I have them underneath all three, like crock pot, rice cooker, and they're not on my countertop, most importantly, but they're easily accessible.
Okay, where do we find something like
Amazon.
that? Amazon.
Or like any plant store, any like plate that they're meant for plants.
Sure.
But we are going to reuse them otherwise.
Why not? Yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
All right, so the next thing is when you do have appliances out, we want to make sure that you can't see the cord. So if you have to leave something out, we want a cord manager on it. And I have one on the back of this, so it's good on any appliance, not just when they're out. But this helps you to actually wrap the cord around and pop it in. I know it seems so simple, but sometimes they're so annoying and it becomes that thing that ends up being in the way and making things inaccessible, or you don't want to use them, or just ugly.
No, I hate cords.
Yeah, and as a designer, when we install a house, we manage all the cords and make sure everything's hidden. So this is just one small example. When you're in a kitchen, we want to hide those cords, and that's where these are really great, and they're cheap. Amazon as well.
Okay, very cool. And those just stick on there, right?
They just stick on there, and they stay great because I literally do use these.
Very cool.
Next up, so there are things that do belong, and so how you determine what that is, if you use something daily, then it has a chance at staying out, but maybe not. Like, really try to see if there's a place that you can put it somewhere else that's quickly accessible if it's a daily use.
Okay.
Professional organizers are great at helping people with this, so don't hesitate to reach out to someone if you feel like you just can't figure it out.
Yeah, okay.
So trays are the really great way to help you define a space, but make it look intentional when something is left out. So this is actually a cutting board made by McNary's. These are handmade.
Yeah.
It's a local furniture and restoration company. They're really great. And then when you just place things on top,
I love that.
And similar containers are always so helpful. It makes such a big difference. And this one, these are like Yamakaze.
Looks so nice.
I use them all the time. They help catch drips and they help divine that space as well.
Okay, now these are amazing, but we have to get to lighting.
Cabinet, yes.
We're running out of time, but this is a
these
must.
just stick underneath. So if you can't hardwire, so you're not building, you're not renovating, and you're renting, these are great because there's little magnetic strips that go underneath, and then these are motion censored, and you can charge them. So they come down easily, and you just recharge them. So really simple and fun, inexpensive, and they actually work pretty great.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
And you can put it wherever you want.
Well, you can. You can put it wherever you want, or you can put it, so they're right in the center of the underneath of your cabinet is where you ideally want it to help light below, because that really makes a big difference in how things appear.
Okay, that is so cool. We have time for one more tip.
Focal point is always really nice. If you have a large island, a great big bowl of fruit is great. If you don't have a lot of space, do not do this. Okay. But little plants, you can get 3 or 4 inch. Right now, spring bulbs are in, and I love them. They add that little pop of color and just make things feel more joyful.
Yeah, so beautiful.
So add them.
Love the color. Okay, Helen Austin with all the inspiration, all the tips. Thank you for this.
Thanks.
We're going to get organized, headed into the new year. For more information and design inspo, check out Helen's website, helenaustin.com. Don't forget, it's Austin with an E-N. Helen, thank you so much.